Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. We can see on the Solana chart that the market reacted to our upper support region. So we have no break of trend. The overall scenario and structure presented to you in previous updates remains fully valid. The idea is obviously still that we should reach the $174 level next, basically as a minimum, if this is the orange scenario. And then possibly even $183, $200. There is a larger degree target pointing to around $190. So there's good Fibonacci confluence around 190. There is, yesterday we covered it in the Solana video. Feel free to check it out because I covered a larger time frame as well. And that also explains the confluence around the $190 level. But yeah, no change in trend. We had a dip into the support area, but well, that's great because obviously these are the areas where people can look for positions. This year was extremely shallow. So it was a three-wave pullback. Yeah, it's a three-wave corrective pullback in which probably I'd say we had an A wave down, B wave triangle, and a C wave down, or WXY. But that B wave might have bottomed here in the yellow count or in the orange count, one of the subwaves. But honestly, the orange count is completely unreliable here, at least the subwaves. I still like the orange count, especially as long as we're holding above $134. That's the impulsive count, in which wave 3 could be an impulse, but really unreliable in terms of the subwaves. I mean, to keep it simple, I've left out the subwaves because there are too many options, and I just would move labels around, which is painful. So therefore, we just use support, okay? And it's very helpful because the support area, as long as it's holding, basically allows us to just focus on higher. So the upper support area remains valid, and therefore both yellow and orange counts remain valid. To keep it simple, and for everybody who maybe didn't watch the previous updates, if we break below the upper support region, below $134, then we are going to test the lower support region. Well, that sounds simple. It's between 129.60 and 117.97. But the main, the important aspect here is that if we test the lower support region, basically, we can rule out the orange count and we just focus on yellow then, which would simplify it. The market would then clarify its intentions. As long as we're holding the upper support area, both counts are possible, which is bullish as well. Okay, so bullish from here, even bullish from the lower support region, but then we have to take out one of the short-term bullish scenarios, and we're only dealing with the yellow count. That just allows for a deeper pullback. At the moment, both are valid because also a B wave in the yellow count, that B wave pullback is basically allowed to be shallow. So it was deep enough to be basically reliable, I would say, for a B wave, because in bullish markets, pullbacks tend to be shallow anyway. But it keeps the orange count alive because in the orange count, the 50% retracement level basically needs to hold. But yeah, that's sort of the perspective. So there is the next Fibonacci resistance around $158.81. And then the next target's up there, as mentioned. It takes a break above the A wave high, what I have labeled as A wave high at $153 basically, which is the swing high that was formed on Friday, to suggest that wave C of 5 in the yellow count or wave 3 in the orange count is unfolding. Nothing bearish on this chart until we break below $118, the lower boundary line of our lower support box. Even then, we are far away from any real invalidation points that would, let's say, invalidate the overall assumption that on the 23rd of January, the larger degree wave 4 bottomed. Yeah. So I won't rule it out yet. I mean, this is still a reasonable alternative to say that all of this was just a high B wave and we're coming down in wave C, but that's really only the alternative. And then wave 4 would be reset a little bit lower. Only the alternative, as you know. But yeah, as long as we don't even break the upper support region, there is no need to change any scenario and to make any adjustments. In these scenarios, pullbacks are opportunities as the price is getting closer to our overall targets. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.